The purpose of this resource is to provide guidance for utilizing scaffolds that are embedded in your EL Education District curriculum. Scaffolding is an instructional method that progressively moves students toward greater independence and understanding during the learning process. It is a temporary support that acknowledges what students already know, the barriers they will face in achieving new learning goals, and the instructional support that will benefit them in negotiating those barriers. Throughout this learning opportunity, we'll focus on examples of scaffolds that already exist within EL education lessons using Lesson 3 from Grade 5, Module 2, Unit 2. An EL education scaffold overview for elementary ELA grades 2 through 5 can be found in Learning Central under the appendix within each grade level module and in the teacher planning tools for your grade level curriculum. Please refer to this document for additional supports as you plan. The lesson components listed on the slide are where you can locate embedded scaffolds within lessons and will be highlighted throughout this presentation. In work times A and B, students plan and write a paragraph in which they discuss the similarities of the use of figurative language in two texts read in the unit. Using the quotes analyzed in Lesson 2, students discuss what the quotes help them to understand about the rainforest and use evidence from the text to explain their thinking. This lesson is the third in a series of 3 that include built-out instruction for the use of Goal 3 conversation cues to promote productive and equitable conversation. Goal 3 conversation cues, which means help students deepen their thinking. These are great higher level thinking discussion cues, such as, why do you think that? What in the text makes you think that? What if? And can you figure out why? Also, consider posting sentence frames to aid students in answering these types of questions and having higher level discussions. The universal design for learning is a way of thinking about teaching and learning that helps give all students an equal opportunity to succeed. Some students may need additional support for the abstract thinking required by the figurative language work in the lesson. Consider ways to activate students' background knowledge of figurative language to help them access the learning goal. This is particularly important because the next lesson includes the mid-unit assessment. Students demonstrate learning about figurative language in the Venn diagram activity as well as the partner paragraph writing. Use strategies that will reduce barriers for students. For example, supply sentence starters to help students organize their thoughts before they write in the Venn diagram. ELLs may find the volume of unfamiliar language difficult. Refer back to quotes they have used throughout this unit in the language dives. If they can start by properly applying 1 or 2 pieces of evidence from the text, they will make great progress. Some of the vocabulary you taught in Module 1 and Lesson 2 from yesterday will be in this unit, or in this lesson. Review the meanings by referring to the class word wall. Many of these words will be taught when you instruct and model the writing. Think about working with a small group to complete the Venn diagram if there are students who need heavier support. Make sure to allow students to work in pairs, part, or triads. Predetermine those groups to ensure students are grouped heterogeneously. Another consideration is to have students draw lines on the organizer and write on the left what they need to include in the organizer, such as types of figurative language and quotes from the text. This sentence was chosen for its complexity for the language dive. Its use of the metaphor and its connection to future content is important. They may draw on this sentence when writing about the use of concrete language and sensory detail later in the unit. Review this sentence from the Language Dive Part 1 in Lesson 2. Follow the teacher directions to deconstruct and reconstruct the sentence. Remind students that playing with the chunks out of order like a puzzle can help them figure out how English works. Allow for a lot of turn and talk. If there is time, have students sketch portions of the sentence. In Work Time B, students will write a paragraph using their Venn diagram. For ELLs and other students who need more support with writing, as you model the comparison paragraph frame, display notes for visual reinforcement. For example, write topic sentence, then write the words facts, details, quotes, etc. next to the section of the paragraph frame in your model. You can have students write these next to their own frame also for reference. Another idea is to provide students with a checklist for the parts of a comparison paragraph. This will help them on future writing assignments as well. Scaffolding is an instructional method that progressively moves students toward greater independence and understanding in the learning process. Refer to the EL Education Scaffold Overview for grades 2 through 5. As a reminder, additional resources and professional learning videos can be found in Learning Central under the appendix within each grade level module and in the teacher planning tools. If you need more assistance with differentiated scaffold lessons, please see the experts in your building, the ESL teacher, the special ed teacher, and the intervention coordinator.